ఇబ్రహీం చేసుకుంది. కేతనపల్లి మున్సిపాలిటీని టీఆర్ఎస్ సిపిఐ కూటమి కైవసం
Yes, good evening, everyone. Sorry, I'm late because of some traffic issues. Yes, what did we do
Good evening.
yesterday?
Answer check.
Answer check. So I think we had done it, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So did we do uh, flow charts in listening? I think we haven't done. So
No,
today
sir.
let's work on flow charts. So before we work on flow charts, I would like to do a quiz in listening. Are you ready?
Yes,
So
sir.
this quiz I'm going to do from book 12. Just a moment. Have we done test 6 from book 12? So I'll just show you what I mean. Did we do this one? This is test 6. Kenton Festival have we done? So let's work on this one, all right? Are you ready, everyone, for test 6? So you'll have to solve the 40 questions. The audios will go one after the other for section 1 to 4. All right, everyone? So here we go. Try to take notes and solve the questions. We'll discuss at the end.
Test 6. You will hear a number of different recordings and you will have to answer questions on what you hear.
Are you able to hear that?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay. Thank you.
There will be time for you to read the instructions and questions and you will have a chance to check your work. All the recordings will be played once only. The test is in 4 sections. At the end of the test, you will be given 10 minutes to transfer your answers to an answer sheet. Now turn to section 1. Section 1. You will hear a woman phoning a box office to ask about a festival in the town of Kenton. First, you have some time to look at questions 1 to 5. You will see that there is an example that has been done for you. On this occasion only, the conversation relating to this will be played first.
Good morning, Kenton Festival box office. How can I help you?
Oh, good morning.
I'm coming to Kenton for a few days' holiday next month, and a friend told me there's a festival. She gave me this number to find out about it.
That's right. The festival begins on the 16th of May and goes on till the 19th.
Oh, that's great. I'll be there from the 15th till the 19th.
The festival starts on the 16th of May. So 16th has been written in the space. Now we shall begin. You should answer the questions as you listen because you will not hear the recording a second time. Listen carefully and answer questions 1 to 5.
Good morning, Kenton Festival Box Office. How can I help you?
Oh, good morning. I'm coming to Kenton for a few days' holiday next month, and a friend told me there's a festival. She gave me this number to find out about it.
That's right. The festival begins on the 16th of May and goes on till the 19th.
Oh, that's great. I'll be there from the 15th till the 19th. So, could you tell me the programme, please?
Well, on the first day, there's the opening ceremony in the town centre. People start gathering around 2 o'clock to get a good place to see from, and the events will start at 2:45 and finish about 5:30.
OK, thanks. I'll make sure I get there early to get a good spot.
The festival will be officially opened by the mayor. He'll just speak for a few minutes, welcoming everyone to the festival. All the town councillors will be there, and, of course, lots of other people.
Right.
Then there'll be a performance by a band. Most years we have a children's choir, but this year the local army cadets offered to perform, and they're very good.
Uh-huh.
After that, a community group from the town will perform a play they've written themselves, just a short one. It's about Helen Tungate. I don't know if you've heard of her.
I certainly have. She was a scientist years ago.
That's right. She was born in Kenton exactly 100 years ago, so we're celebrating her centenary.
I'm a biologist, so I've always been interested in her. I didn't realise she came from Kenton.
Yes. Well, all that will take place in the afternoon, and later, as the sun sets, there'll be a firework display. You should go to the park to watch, as you'll get the best view from there. And the display takes place on the opposite side of the river. It's always one of the most popular events in the festival.
Sounds great.
Before you hear the rest of the conversation, you have some time to look at questions 6 to 10. Now listen and answer questions 6 to 10.
And what's happening on the other days?
There are several events that go on the whole time. For example, the students of the art college have produced a number of videos, all connected with relationships between children and their grandparents.
That sounds interesting. It makes a change from children and parents, doesn't it?
Exactly. Because the art college is in use for classes throughout the festival, the videos are being shown in Handsworth House.
How do you spell the name?
Handsworth. Handsworth House. It's close to the town hall.
Right.
Now, let me see, what else can I tell you about?
Are there any displays of ballet dancing? I'm particularly interested in that, as I do it as a hobby.
There isn't any ballet, I'm afraid, but there'll be a demonstration of traditional dances from all round the country.
Well, that'd be nice. Where's that being held?
It's in the market in the town centre, the outdoor one, not the covered market. And it's on at 2 and 5 every afternoon of the festival, apart from the first day.
Lovely. I'm interested in all kinds of dancing, so I'm sure I'll enjoy that.
I'm sure you will.
And I'd really like to go to some concerts, if there are any.
Yes, there are several. 3 performed by professionals and 1 by local children.
And where is it being held?
It's in the library, which is in Park Street, on the 18th at 6:30 in the evening.
I presume I'll need tickets for that.
Yes, you can book online, or you can buy them when you arrive in Kenton, either at the festival box office or from any shops displaying our logo in the windows.
Well, I think that'll keep me busy for the whole of my stay in Kenton. Thank you so much for all your help.
You're welcome. I hope you enjoy your stay.
Thank you. Goodbye.
That is the end of section 1. You now have half a minute to check your answers.
A very important note, suppose you are above average student and you don't need this 30 seconds to go through these questions or answers. You need to go to the next question. Did you get it, everyone? And if you're struggling with these questions, then you need to recheck the answers. So those who are able to complete the questions, 10 questions, within the time frame,
Now turn to section 2.
they need to go to the next section. This will give you an advantage.
With the managers of the theatres we're going to visit, and he's also arranged for an officer of the National Theatre in Munich to show us round the theatre one afternoon.
Section 2. You will hear a man talking to a group of people about a tour of theatres in the city of Munich in Germany that he has arranged for them. First, you have some time to look at questions 11 to 15. Now listen carefully and answer questions 11 to 15.
Right. I've now almost succeeded in finalising plans for our tour, so I'll bring you up to date with what I know. As you know, we're flying first to Munich on Monday the 4th. The flight is at 11:30, so it's too early to have lunch at the airport. I suggest we meet there for coffee at 10, which should give us plenty of time for breakfast before we leave home. When we arrive in Munich, we'll be met at the airport by Klaus Bauer. Klaus works for a tour operator, and he'll look after us for the time we'll be in Germany. He's already liaised with the managers of the theatres we're going to visit, and he's also arranged for an officer of the National Theatre in Munich to show us round the theatre one afternoon during our stay.
Yeah, can you repeat what he just said? I want you to tell me this portion.
Before we leave home. When we arrive in Munich, we'll be met at the airport by Klaus Bauer. Klaus works for a tour operator, and he'll look after us for the time we'll be in Germany. He's already liaised with...
What is this word that he is talking about? He is already what? Anyone?
Liaised.
Yes. So, what is the meaning of the word liaised?
Associated.
Right. Means it's actually a function of the liaison officer, isn't it? Previously, in every company, there used to be a liaison officer. What is liaison? Yes, first tell me the spelling of liaison. Within 2 seconds, your time starts now.
LISON.
No,
LIZON.
no. Yeah, one more second. Time up. It is LIAISON. So please write it down. Yeah, it's a weird sort of spelling, but that's liaison. 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 So what would be the spelling of liaised?
LIAISD.
LIAISD.
IAISED. Isn't that wonderful? So this is how, you need to, you should have asked me this. Sir, what is this word? Did you get it? You have to be, a keen listener. This is where you pick up words. Look at the type of words they are using. Why should you pick up this word? Because they said that the type of words they are using, you need to talk back to them using the same type of words of the same level. If you do not use the level of the words they are giving you, then you don't get more than band 6. Next attempt. Yes, next attempt is going to be very tough. You might even get band 4 if you don't have relationship between the, what is called coherence. So let's be careful from now on. Instead of looking at some other website, instead of going through other things, go through our listening audios, go through our passages, and you will find lots and lots of good vocabulary. Got it, everyone? So pay attention to words when you listen. The moment you listen to a word which you do not know or are not familiar with, you need to stop. Write it down, replay, find out. Okay? Thank you. Let's continue. Did you add it to your vocabulary? I want you to use this word, liaison, liaised. Add it to your list of vocabulary.
the managers of the theatres we're going to visit, and he's also arranged for an officer of the National Theatre in Munich to show us round the theatre one afternoon during our stay. Now, last time we discussed this trip, I didn't have the precise cost for hotel rooms, but now I have. The normal rate at the hotel where we're staying is €150 a night for a double room. I'd hoped to get that down to €120, but in fact I've been able to negotiate a rate of $110. That'll be reflected in the final payment, which you'll need to make by the end of this week. On Tuesday, the day after our arrival, I had hoped we could sit in on a rehearsal at one of the theatres, but unfortunately that's proved very difficult to arrange. So instead, we'll have a coach trip to one of the amazing castles in the mountains south of Munich. On Tuesday evening, we'll all have dinner together in a restaurant near our hotel. From talking to you all about your preferences, it was clear that a typical local restaurant would be too meat-oriented for some of you. Some of you suggested an Italian restaurant, but I must confess that I decided to book a Lebanese one, as we have plenty of opportunities to go to an Italian restaurant at home. On Wednesday afternoon, the director of the play we're going to see that evening will talk to us at the theatre. She'll describe the whole process of producing a play, including how she chose the actors, and, as the play we're going to see is a modern one, how she worked with the playwright.
Before you hear the rest of the talk, you have some time to look at questions 16 to 20. Now listen and answer questions 16 to 20.
Right. Now I'd just like to make a few points about the plays we're going to see, partly because it might influence your choice of clothes to take with you. The play we're seeing on Wednesday evening is a modern one, and we're going to the premiere, so it'll be quite a dressy occasion, though of course you don't have to dress formally. I gather it's rather a multimedia production, with amazing lighting effects and a soundtrack of electronic music, though unfortunately the playwright is ill and is unlikely to be able to attend. On Thursday, we're seeing a play that was first performed last year, when it was commissioned to mark 100 years since the birth in the town of a well-known scientist. We're going to see a revival of that production, which aroused a lot of interest. Friday's play will really make you think hard about what clothes to pack, as it'll be in the garden of a palace. It's a beautiful setting, but I'd better warn you, there won't be much protection from the wind. On Saturday, we're going by coach to a theatre in another town, not far from Munich. This will be the opening of a drama festival, and the mayor and all the other dignitaries of the town will be attending. After the performance, the mayor is hosting a reception for all the audience, and there'll be a band playing traditional music of the region. And after having a day off on Sunday, our final play is on Monday, and it's in the stunning setting of the old town hall, which dates back to the 14th century. The performance marks the 50 years that the lead actor has been on stage, and the play is the one where he made his first professional appearance all those years ago. And the day after that, we'll be flying back home. Now, have you got any questions before I move?
That is the end of section 2. You now have half a minute to check your answers. Now turn to section 3.
Make sure that this
Section 3. You will hear James, who is in the Scandinavian Studies department at his university, talking to his tutor, Beth. First, you have some time to look at questions 21 to 25. Now listen carefully and answer questions 21 to 25.
Oh, good morning. You must be James. I'm Beth Cartwright. Please call me Beth.
Thank you.
Now, as this is your first tutorial since you started on the Scandinavian Studies course, I'd like to find out something about you. Why did you decide to take this course?
Well, my mother is Danish, and although we always lived in England, she used to talk about her home a lot, and that made me want to visit Denmark. We hardly ever did, though. My mother usually went on her own. But whenever her relations or friends were in England, they always came to see us.
I see. So I assume you already speak Danish, one of the languages you'll be studying?
I can get by when I talk to people, though I'm not terribly accurate.
Now, you probably know that you'll spend the third year of the course abroad. Have you had any thoughts about that?
I'm really looking forward to it. And although Denmark seems the obvious place to go because of my family connections, I'd love to spend the time in Iceland.
Oh, I'm sure it can be arranged. Do you have any plans for when you graduate? A lot of students go on to take a master's degree.
I think the 4 years of the undergraduate course will be enough for me. I'm interested in journalism, and I quite like the idea of moving to Scandinavia and writing for magazines. I'd find that more creative than translating, which I suppose most graduates do.
Okay. Now, how are you finding the courses you're taking this term, James?
Well, I'm really enjoying the one on Swedish cinema.
That'll continue next term. But the one on Scandinavian literature that's running at the moment will be replaced by more specialized courses. Oh, and by the way, if you're interested in watching Danish television programs, there's going to be a course on that the term after next.
That sounds good.
Have you started thinking about the literature paper that you have to write in the next few weeks?
Yes, my first choice would be to do something on the Icelandic sagas.
The trouble with that is that a lot of people choose that topic, and it can be difficult to get hold of the books you'll need. Why not leave that for another time?
Right.
You might find modern novels or 19th century playwrights interesting.
I've read or seen several plays in translation, so that would be a good idea.
Fine. I'll put you down for that topic.
Right, so what would you advise me to aim at in the paper?
First, I suggest you avoid taking one writer and going into a great deal of detail. That approach certainly has its place, but I think you first need to get an understanding of the literature in the context of the society in which it was produced, who it was written for, how it was published, and so on. I also think that's more fruitful than placing it within the history of the genre.
Okay, that sounds reasonable.
Before you hear the rest of the discussion, you have some time to look at questions 26 to 30. Now listen and answer questions 26 to 30.
Could I ask for some advice about writing the paper I'm working on about the Vikings? I have to do that this week, and I'm a bit stuck.
Of course. Have you decided yet what to write about?
No, I haven't. There's so much that seems interesting. Viking settlement in other countries, trade, mythology.
Well, what I suggest is that you read an assignment a student wrote last year, which is kept in the library. It's short and well-focused, and I'm sure you'll find it helpful. I'll give you the details in a moment. Textbooks usually cover so many topics, it can be very difficult to choose just one.
Okay. I've got a DVD of the film about the Vikings that came out earlier this year. Should I watch that again?
If it's the one I am thinking of, I'd ignore it. It's more fantasy than reality. But I've got a recording of a documentary that you should watch. It makes some interesting and provocative points, which I think will help you to focus your topic.
Right. So then, should I work out an outline?
Yes, just headings for different sections at this stage. And then you should start looking for suitable articles and books to draw on, and take notes which you organize according to those headings.
I see.
Then put short phrases and sentences as bullet points under each heading. Make sure that this skeleton makes sense and flows properly before writing up the paper in full.
Okay. Thanks. That's very helpful.
That is the end of section 3. You now have half a minute to check your answers. Now turn to section 4. Section 4. You will hear part of a lecture about conflict at work, given by a business studies lecturer. First, you have some time to look at questions 31 to 40. Now listen carefully and answer questions 31 to 40.
Over the years, attitudes towards workers have changed considerably. After all, there was a time when workers had no rights at all and laboured in appalling conditions. Conditions have improved a lot, but conflict in the workplace is still common. And human resources managers nowadays need to be able to deal with it when necessary. What is conflict in the workplace? Definitions vary, but I'm taking it to refer to a whole range of behaviours that the victim finds unacceptable, from minor, harmless arguments to, at the opposite extreme, physical violence. Much of this is covered by the term bullying, by which I mean one or more people behaving abusively or aggressively against another who is in a weaker position. Although all behaviour like this is a form of conflict, not all conflict can be described in these terms. As with all human behaviour, there are numerous reasons for it, but often it's caused by someone who feels the need to show their superiority over someone else in order to feel that they aren't at the lowest level in a hierarchy or a group of people. In some cases, one person simply dislikes the other, on the basis that the personality of one is in some way incompatible with that of the other person. A general habit of optimism in one person could make them intolerant of a colleague who's constantly pessimistic. Not that that justifies treating them badly, of course. Some conflicts arise when people are more interested in promoting themselves and their team than in the company as a whole. These conflicts are called structural and could come about, for example, when a sales team believe they are the only people in the business who do any useful work and look down on behind-the-scenes administrators. Conflict obviously affects the individuals concerned. The situation is likely to be very stressful for victims, resulting in their absence from work, possibly for months. For the company, if no effort is made to deal with conflict, it can spiral out of control and even lead to the breakdown of the business. Some interesting work with chief executives, CEOs, has uncovered some of the reasons why they may treat colleagues badly. Many CEOs combine two opposing characteristics: confidence, that is, the belief that they're capable of great achievements, with a high level of anxiety, a fear of missing targets, whether set by themselves or by the directors of the company. This combination can make them respond badly to anyone who questions their decisions. In a high-pressure work environment, such characteristics become problematic, and it's particularly difficult to tackle the situation where colleagues, managers, and board members are all trying to achieve their own visions. When they can't agree on strategic issues and on where they see the business going, there are real problems. For managers at lower levels within the organisation, it might seem that an autocratic form of management, where the chief executive gives orders and everyone else has to obey, would see more conflict than others. Interestingly, though, a company with a more democratic business model can suffer more when uncertainty about who to report to leads to conflicting demands. Now I'll say a little about dealing with the type of conflict that has harmful effects. Of course, the ideal is to prevent it arising in the first place. A good manager at any level will make efforts to earn the respect of the people they work with, particularly those who report to them. That will involve politeness in all communications and treating them as equals who happen to have a different role within the organisation. Sometimes, of course, conflict does occur and can get out of hand. In such cases, the Human Resources Department often gets involved. However, if one of the parties in a conflict sees human resources as simply a mouthpiece for the chief executive, then an external mediator might be able to help. By talking to both sides and trying to find the truth of what's been happening, they can build a clear picture of the situation and give feedback that both sides will accept, precisely because they're independent.
That is the end of section 4.
All right, what is the answer to question number 1?
245.
245.
Yes, 245. So how have you written it? Did you write 2:45?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So that's wrong because that's American format. Imagine we have been taught British English and mixed with American format in schools. British format is 2.45. What will happen if you write 2:45? You'll get all the answers wrong. Why? Because they will assume that the moment they see an American format, they will assume that all the questions are to be solved in American format. Got it? So then you'll have to write organization as ORGANIZATION. You'll have to write color as COLOR. So we are not used to that, isn't it? So be careful. Write hours and minutes as 2.45 instead of 2:45. All right. So question number 2.
Band.
Band. Correct. Question number 3.
Play.
Play. Question number 4.
Scientist.
Scientist. Question number 5.
River.
All right. Question number 6.
Grandparents.
Grandparents.
Grandparents. Is that one word or two words?
2 words.
It's one word,
One.
right? Because look at the instruction. What does it say? One word and oblique or a number. So it is one word, grandparents. Question number 7.
Handsworth.
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 Handsworth. HANDSWORTH.
Yes.
Next, traditional.
Traditional.
Next, question number 9.
Outdoor.
Outdoor.
Outdoor. Question number 10.
Logo.
Logo.
Logo. Very good. Yes, section 2. What did we have at the airport?
B. Coffee.
B. Coffee.
Coffee. Why not breakfast?
It is
It was
mentioned that
too
they will
early
do
to have
after.
breakfast.
Exactly. Question number 12. Will be met at the airport by,
C.
Tour operator.
what was his name? Klaus Bauer, isn't it? Well, you should write as much detail as possible by, then you will be able to attempt difficult questions. See, these questions are very easy. They don't ask this type of questions now. Question 13.
A.
In 110 euros.
110 euros. So normal rate was 150, and then I got it down to 120, and then I negotiated and got it down to 110. Isn't that what he said?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. Question 14. Which restaurant will we go to on Tuesday?
B.
B.
Why not a typical restaurant? It is too what? Because it is too meat oriented. Why not go to an Italian one? Yes?
They can have it anytime.
Yes, because back at home, we do have Italian restaurants, but we do not have Lebanese ones. So that's why let's go to a Lebanese restaurant. Question number 15.
C.
Theater director. What will she do? What will she do? Is it a she or a he?
She.
She will introduce us to the playwright
Playwright.
and the actor. Very good. All right. Where are we going on Wednesday? What was the hint? We are going for
Music,
a
probably.
premiere. We are going on a premiere show. What is the meaning of a premiere show?
First.
First time. Premiere means first time show. Can you find the word first time anywhere?
F.
F. So that is the answer. The play will be performed for the first time. And they will try to confuse you. They will say there will be music, there will be this, there will be that. But then you need to pick up the keyword. The keyword is premiere. Where are we going on Thursday? What's the
B.
keyword?
100 years
100th
anniversary.
100 years.
anniversary.
And 100 years we celebrate anniversary. So that's why answer is B. Where are we going on Friday? There'll be
Perform
lots of
outdoors.
E.
there'll be
Outdoors.
lots of wind, and you have to protect yourself from the wind. So it must be outdoors. Isn't it? So it is E. Where are we going on Saturday? Who is coming?
G.
G.
Who's coming?
Official.
Officials from town.
Mayor is coming.
Mayor.
Yes, so G, the performance will be attended by officials. Where are we going on Monday?
Historic
Old
building.
Town Hall. Old Town Hall. So Old Town Hall is a historic building. So it is C. The play will be performed inside a historic building. Any questions? Question number 21. James chose to take Scandinavian studies because when he was a child, did his mother speak to him in Danish?
Yes, sir.
No, sir. No.
It's not mentioned, sir.
It was not mentioned.
The word mother is Danish. So if my mother is Danish, does it mean that my mother will speak to me in Danish?
No,
No. So it is not B. If I say I hardly ever visited my mother-in-law, what does that mean? Did I ever go there? English language is wonderful. You don't have to say never. You can say I hardly ever. That means never. Did you get it? So was he ever taken to Denmark?
No, sir.
No.
No.
He was hardly ever. Means never. Means by elimination it is C. And then we know that some people came to visit. That's why answer is C. Question 22. When he graduates, he would like to?
Work
Work in
the
media.
Work
Yeah,
in media.
Why doesn't he like translating?
He likes journalism.
Yes. He says that it is more creative. So answer is B. Which course will end this term?
C. C.
C.
C.
British cinema,
Will continue in next
it will continue, so it won't end. Danish television,
It will start
If
next term.
Next to
Next. If you add
Next to next
if you add a
semester.
interest.
term after next, not even next term. Term after next means third term from now. So what will end?
C.
Scandinavian literature will end because it will be replaced. You have to end something to replace it. So answer is C. Question number 24. They agree that James' literature paper this term will be on
A.
19th century playwrights. What did Beth say about Icelandic sagas?
That is common topic.
Many students
Then
already took it.
there was trouble to find books. There'll be trouble to find books. And he said he has seen several plays. That's a hint. So because he has seen several plays, he would like to prefer 19th century playwrights. And Beth was okay with it. What about question 25? Where he wanted to go for single writer. What did she say? She said, avoid single writer. Then he wanted to do historical overview. What did she say? She said that anything with the context of the society will be more beneficial than the history of the genre. That's what she said. What does that mean? Context of society means what? A or C? It means
E.
social background.
C.
So it's paraphrase. See the paraphrase. Social background. Context of society is more beneficial than history of the genre. So history of the genre means A. C is more beneficial. So James decided to take up C. Got it? Any questions? By the way, you have these audios. I have given it to you. So please refer to them. Okay? Now let's talk about this question. Was this question fun?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Was it slippery?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Slightly slippery?
Confusing.
Yes. You were not sure whether, she's on the point number 27 or 28. There was a little bit of confusion. Yes, because this is called a flowchart. And flowchart is a favorite question they may ask you at any time. And this is a level 1 flowchart. You may be asked level 2 or level 3. So let's understand. So please write some notes. Do you remember when I was teaching you listening skills, I had told you that I will give you some special notes on flowcharts. Do you remember? Where you wrote down be a keen listener, use the 10 seconds before the audio starts to underline the keyword, then compare the keyword underline with the options. Do you remember that? So if you have any space there, go back to those points or write a fresh page note. How to solve a flowchart question. How to solve a flowchart question in listening skills. Number 1, resort to note-taking activity. What does that mean? Resort to note-taking activity means continue taking notes while you listen. Point number 2, keep tracking the speaker. Why do you have to do that? How do you do it? How do you keep tracking the speaker? That's what we are learning. Have you written? Keep tracking the speaker. Point number 3. Now remember, I told you when we started listening that do not try to remember the options, only try to remember the keyword of the question. Do you remember that?
Yes, sir.
Yes. But now we need to do something different. In flowchart, we not only need to remember the keyword of the question, we also need to memorize and remember the options, all of them. Otherwise, the flowchart question will become difficult. How do you do it? Practice. Practice remembering bullet points, films, notes, structure, student paper, textbook, documentary. Remember these. And also underline the keyword. So what will you write? Point number 4. Focus on options. Also, both pay attention to both questions and options. Okay? Pay attention to both questions and options. Means focus on options. Write down. Point number 4, focus on options. Point number 5, put a star on it. Look out for linkers. Look out for linkers. Linkers. Now let's write down what do we mean by linkers. Put a colon. Look out for linkers, colon. And, comma, then, comma, next. Are you writing?
Sir.
Comma, in the next stage. In the next stage. Comma, further. Comma, and so. Comma, so then. What are these? These are linkers. Comma, after this, oblique that, oblique which, dot, dot, dot. What does that mean? After this, after that, after which, similarly. Means there are many linkers. Did you get it? These are just some of them. Have you understood? Shall we start? Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Let us analyze this, okay? So it was section 3, second part, right? This is section 3, part 2.
Section 3 to 30. Now listen and answer questions 26 to 30.
Could I ask for some advice about writing the paper I'm working on about the Vikings? I have to do that this week, and I'm a bit stuck.
Of course. Have you decided yet what to write about?
No, I haven't. There's so much that seems interesting. Viking settlement in other countries, trade, mythology.
Well, what I suggest is that you read an assignment a student wrote last year.
Yes. What is the answer?
Student paper.
Student paper. So will you write student paper on the answer sheet or will you write option E?
E.
Yes. If you write student paper on the answer sheet, you'll get 0. You have to write E. Okay? Now listen. Now 26 is over. You have to find 27. How will we find 27? So we are going to look out for linker.
Which is kept in the library. It's short and well-focused, and I'm sure you'll find it helpful. I'll give you the details in a moment. Textbooks usually cover so many topics, it can be very difficult to choose just one.
Okay.
Okay is the linker. So write down between 26 and 27 the word okay. Have you written okay?
Yes, sir.
Now we will get the answer to 27. Listen.
I've got a DVD of the film about the Vikings that came out earlier this year. Should I watch that again?
If it's the one I am thinking of, I'd ignore it. It's more fantasy than reality. But I've got a recording of a documentary that you should watch. It makes some interesting and provocative points, which...
Answer.
Documentary.
Documentary. So in
G.
the answer, we will write G, capital G. Now, look out for the linker between 27 and 28.
I think will help you to focus your topic.
Right. So then...
So
What is the
then.
linker? So then is the linker. So write down so then between 27 and 28. Now listen for 28.
Should I work out an outline?
Yes.
What is outline?
Structure.
It is structure. It is paraphrased. So outline means structure. Means the answer is D. So you got the answer D for 28. Now listen for the linker between 28 and 29.
Just headings for different sections at this stage. And then you should start looking for suitable...
And then. Heading means she was still talking about structure. The moment she said and then means now she is going to talk about 29. So have you written and then between 28 and 29?
Yes, sir.
Now answer to question 29.
articles and books to draw on, and take notes.
What is the answer?
Notes. C.
Notes. C. So write C in 29. Now listen for linker between 29 and 30.
Which you organize according to those headings.
I see.
Then put short...
Then.
Then is the linker. So write then between 29 and 30. Now listen.
Short phrases and sentences as bullet points under...
A. Bullet points.
Correct. Have you understood how to do this?
Yes, sir.
But during exam, you have to do this mentally. You can't, because it'll be going at a particular speed. But now you know how to do it, right? How will you know whether the speaker has moved to the next point? By looking out for a linker. Did you get it? So that will make this question easy. Now, question number section 4, 31. Yes, what is the answer to 31?
Bullying.
Bullying. Spelling.
Bullying.
Correct. Bullying. Bullying. What is the meaning of bullying, Suvidhi?
Mistreating the person based on...
Ill-treating, not mistreating. Ill-treating someone.
Okay,
Right?
sir.
It happens during work where some people ill-treat others. Question number 32.
Superiority.
Superiority. Superiority. Superiority. Question number 33.
Personality.
Personality.
Personality. 34.
Structural.
Structural conflicts. So, can there be structural conflicts at home or only at office? What is the meaning of structural conflicts? Yes? People are more concerned about their own team. So, there is a management concept which says subordination of one goals for the goals of the organization. Subordination of one's goals for the goals of the team member. Team means your goal is to get rich, but the goal of the organization is to get the work done, to look after the clients. Did you get it? Your department's goal may be to get high sales for the product which you represent. But what is the organizational goal? Every product of the organization must sell. Do you agree? So when it comes to the goal of your department, which is subordinate to the goals of the organization, very important concept. What is more important, goal of your own self-interest or goal of your family? Boy, it's taking a long time. Goal of your interest? Obviously not. It is the goal of the family as a whole. You need to move ahead with your family, not with your own interest. Do you agree?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Some people are in doubts. Anyway. So, it is the goal of the family, means it is the goal of the organization. Ultimately, it's the goal of the state, which is important. Then only you are a good citizen. That's what they are trying to say. Question number 35.
Absence.
Yes. Absence. Question number 36.
Confidence.
Confidence.
Confidence. Question number 37.
Visions.
Vision.
Visions. People who have different visions may conflict. Question number 38.
Democratic.
Democratic. Question number 39.
Respects.
Respect.
Question number 40.
Organization.
Mediator.
Mediator. That's why the Americans, they don't believe in this. They are democratic, but they don't believe in democratic management. Did you know that? They still believe in carrot and stick approach. If you join the police or the armed forces in US, it is not democratic. It's authoritarian. Even their companies in US are authoritarian. Why? Can you have democratic management when you have a high target? Yes. Did Steve Jobs have a democratic government in his organization?
No.
He was a killer. Did you know that? When Steve Jobs used to come to office and he would go up the go up the lift, people would be like this, anybody who is found in the lift with Steve Jobs, he would lose his job. Yeah. He was a terror. That was why he was successful in his business. Right? All right. So do not try to do the listening skills just for the sake of getting band score. Right? Do the listening questions to gain knowledge. how, these people think, what type of sentences are to be made, which vocabulary is the best for making sentences. Why? Because you need to give back to them what they have given you. So in your writing task, if you want to score good band score, you need to understand their thinking, the way they write their sentences, how they substantiate with examples. So it's very interesting. You don't have to look outside. Everything that I gave you is a full package. I've given you 18 books. I've given you 18 test papers. Every book has got 4 test papers. There are listening, reading, writing, and speaking questions. Go through them. They will help you. If you go through them even now, you can still get a band 7.5 just reading book 10 to 18 5 times. Got it, everyone? So this is how you can actually go ahead. Listening skill is very important because it will help you to lift your band score. Did you get it? You must be able to get an overall band 7.5 or 8. How do you manage that? Well, in writing and speaking, it's difficult to get a band 9. But it is not difficult to get a band 9 in listening. Have you understood? So, how can you achieve it? Well, I've given you more than 100 audios. Did you notice that? Have you gone through that link, everyone? Please go through it. In every folder where there is a book, there is also an audio section. You can just download the audio part and label them along with the particular book. Try to go through the listing of book 11, book 13, book 15, 16, 17, 18. Try to do that. And that will really give you an edge over others. Right? You should have an edge over others. So how will you do that? Plus read. Remember I told you once. I told you about a group I have, 5 a.m. in the morning. We meet every day. I have got students from IIT and VNIT, regional engineering colleges. We read for 1 hour, 5 to 6. And every 2 days, we read a new book. Yes, I told you I have a probably a collection of around more than 10,000 books, paperbacks, right? So when I was of your age, when I was doing my state college senior high school that is in Pennsylvania, we used to read one book every week. Yes, in addition to studies. When I was in Penn State University, also I tried to keep it up, reading one book every week. Norm is minimum 52 books a year. That is the norm. Paperbacks. Books like Ikigai, books like Monk Who Sold His Ferrari, books like Parable of Pipeline, right? So, why do it? Because you are planning to go abroad. And if you want to go abroad, you need to be better than them. Do you agree, everyone?
Yes.
Yes. And some of my students, like who are there in New Zealand, Australia, they are doing well by reading. I can give you an example. There is a student, his name is Utkarsh. He has been my student for last 2 years. He belongs to a very poor family of central India. He didn't know even how to write a sentence. He was from a small township, a Mofussil township, a village. But he had a dream. He wanted to go to Australia. I looked at this boy. I said, oh my God, how can I help him? He can't even write one sentence. But he was a civil engineer working at a salary of 4,000 bucks per month. Can you imagine? I said, oh my God. I said, Ranjan, this is atrocious. This is horrible. A student from my country is getting 4,000 rupees a month, struggling, working. They used to make him work 12 hours a day and he would be so tired. The only thing was his English was very poor and he was poor. So I worked with him. It took me 1 year. It took me 1 year to make him get a band 6. It was so horrible. But the moment he got band 6, that was a year back, I said, now you will do it. You got it. At that time, I won't tell you the university, the requirement was band 6 for a civil engineer. But guess what? He didn't have money. No bank is going to give him a loan because he didn't have the family background. He had no fixed assets. He had nothing. Somehow he was managing. So I told him, you make a list of all the friends you have got. You make a list of all the people you know. Just approach them. Do you see what I mean? It took him 6 months. He finally managed to get a scholarship from his village and some loan from some people. The people from his own community did not help him. They did not. I said, why aren't they helping you? He said, probably because they also want to go to Australia and they can't. I said, oh, maybe. So finally, he managed to get a scholarship. That was 3 months back. But he had no money to deposit that. He had to deposit 1 lakh to get 50 lakhs. You know what I mean? There is some provision. He couldn't manage that 1 lakh rupees. His 50 lakhs was waiting for him. I said, again, make a list of all your relatives. Tell them that you will be, make a promise. Give them an open check. You know what is an open check? Kaka, I will do this for you. Mommy, I will do this for you. You just help me this time. Give them an open check. He managed it. Just 15 days back, he had managed that 1 lakh rupees, everything, but he could not manage a ticket. He didn't have the money to buy a ticket. And again, his work was held up. Finally, he managed the ticket 4 days back. And I said, hey, you're flying to Sydney. That's amazing. I met him. I hugged him. He hugged me. Today, in the morning, he landed at Sydney. He said, I have no money to eat. Can you imagine this? I have to save this money. I have to pay $200 for the rent. $200 a week is required. That was also not a good accommodation. I said, why don't you do something? Go to the university, find out where everything is. Look for a place where they have got like an expo. He said, yes, there is an expo in this mechanical department. I said, go there. They must be serving free food. He said, yes, they are serving free food. So I told him, ठूस के खा ले वहां पे. ठूस के खा ले means eat as much as you can in that expo. Drink water in the night. Go to sleep. We'll see tomorrow what to do. That's life. Did you get it, guys? This is real, what I'm telling you. So, if you have the will, you have the way. God will help you. So, if you are really, if you can really put in the efforts, any one of you can get a band 9. Anyone. It's just how much effort you can put in. Just look at Utkarsh. And you're better than that. We are better than him, aren't we? So keep trying, my dear friends, dear students, and you will definitely be successful, right? So thank you, and we will see you tomorrow. Oh, tomorrow is a test. Are you guys ready? Yes, I was going to keep it a surprise. Tomorrow you have got a test. So we'll start at 8 o'clock and we will continue till 10. All right? Or 10:30. Because you need to go at a stretch. I will postpone my class of 10 o'clock and I will help you out. So got it, everyone? So tomorrow we have a test, a real mock test. Will start at 8 p.m. It will end at 10:30 p.m. We will be starting with writing. Then we'll take up listening. Then we'll take up reading. 1 hour plus half hour plus 1 hour, 2.5 hours. Thank you, everyone. See you tomorrow.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night, sir.